With the Taliban taking over the vital Afghan cities of Herat, pictured here, and Kandahar, and more provincial capitals and other areas each day, U.S. officials are admitting they do not know how the situation is going to unfold. One expert told VOA that the United States sending in troops to evacuate the embassy is not the outcome anyone would have wanted.
The optics of it really, to my mind, speak to the intelligence failure of anticipating how quickly the Taliban would be able to stage their advance across the country. I don't think had the U.S. known how the past week has unfolded, we would still have 1,400 Americans reported to be at the embassy and needing an evacuation.
As the Taliban advance, the sudden U.S. diplomatic drawdown from Kabul sends an unmistakable signal. Some experts tell VOA, and not the one the U.S. would like to send.
But the fact that the U.S. is now evacuating so many of its diplomatic personnel, I think that'll send a very powerful message, not just within Afghanistan and to the world, that the U.S. is on its way out, that it's essentially giving up. Certainly, U.S. rivals will take this as a sign of weakness.
Other experts say the U.S. has always been cautious about protecting its diplomats in harm's way.
I think the main message it sends is that the United States is going to take care of its own. It's going to take care of its own diplomats. It's going to try and do what it can to those who served as interpreters or translators. But that, in essence, the U.S. is pulling up stakes. And President Biden was pretty clear about that when pressed on this earlier this week as well, that it seems rather unlikely that he'll revisit his decision on the troop withdrawal.
President Joe Biden has repeatedly said there is no military solution to the decades-old war in Afghanistan, and has pointed out that in addition to the thousands of American lives lost, the U.S. spent more than $1 trillion equipping and training Afghanistan's military. As displaced Afghan women and children sought shelter at a camp in Kandahar before the city fell to the Taliban, another expert told VOA that in the short term, a Taliban takeover of Afghanistan would deal a blow to the U.S. image as a champion of human rights abroad.
Certainly if the Taliban are successful in capturing the country and imposing the style of regime that we're used to seeing from them, that will, I think, damage the U.S.'s standing as a global protector and advancer of human rights and women's rights.
Some experts fear that the Taliban now have their sights on Kabul, and that the Afghan capital could fall more quickly than in the 30 to 60 day time frame originally feared. Cindy Saine, VOA News.